Fit fam, mammoth fam, we are back. I'm coming through with another video. Listen, I know, it's been a minute. It has been a minute, but we are back and we are here. We are getting it in. One of my leg day videos. We are starting off with barbell back squat, 8 sets, 15 reps. Listen, let me tell you something. On my leg days, we don't play. I even got it on the screen for you. Key tips. Don't be afraid to use that belt. You know what I mean? Get yourself some knee straps. Look at your foot placing. Squatting is a very difficult movement, but it's also beneficial for the complete lower half of your body. So that's why we got to incorporate them. Always monitor your breathing. Focus on your breathing as well. As you go in, inhale. As you go down, inhale. As you go up, exhale. Push out as hard as you can. We going on to the next movement. We ain't playing. We growing these damn legs. 2023. We ain't playing no more. After our squats, that ridiculous 8-set round, we gonna go to straight hack squat machine. 5 sets, 12 to 15 reps. We going in hot and heavy. Don't be afraid. These are the sets, baby. These are the sets. This is where the work comes in. You know what I mean? But with this, definitely you want to make sure you don't hurt yourself. Don't load the rack too heavy with too much weight. Definitely mess with a weight that you can control and that you can get good quality reps out of. Okay, key tips on this. Look at your foot placement. Don't be afraid to use that belt. Get deep with this. Okay, even if it's the last set and you got to lower the weight to get more reps, that's perfectly fine. There ain't nothing wrong with that. As you can see, we still getting it in, we still moving. Moving on to the next movement. We're doing walking lunges, 4 sets, 18 to 20 steps. This right here, guys, for my leg days, man, let me tell you something. The only thing that makes my glutes sore is walking lunges. Yeah, I could do Bulgarians. Yeah, I could do the shit in place, but to me, there's nothing like walking lunges. Finding you a nice little space and getting you some walking lunges in. Okay? Now, mind you, as you can see on the screen, you're gonna have people get in your way. Like, I don't know, I don't know how else to put it. You're gonna get people in your way, and that's perfectly okay. That doesn't mean you gotta stop. You stay focused. You pay no attention to whoever's in your way. If they get in your way, you end up stomping all over them. That's their problem. That's their fault. You know what I mean? But you always want to find a nice little space. It's just the way my gym is set up. This is the only real walkway that I could use to get these done. So it all depends really on the audience that's around the time that you go. But especially, if there's like a certain area like this, you may want to bang this out closer to the start of the workout. But as you saw it on the screen, you definitely, some people will go all the way down and that's 1 set, all the way back, that's the 2nd set. Nah, we don't do that shit over here. We don't do that. Down and back is 1 complete set, okay? I don't need y'all cheating yourselves. We not cheating ourselves. Nah, we walking out of that gym proud, accomplished, determined, and yes, we did that. That's what we do on this channel, the Mammoth Fam. That's all we do. We did that. We got it done and we did it effectively. Alright, so down and back is 1 set. As you can see, I'm going through it because my face is out here. These legs are burning right now. And I know some people will, they won't pause in between lunges like I do. Listen, I got the balance of a goldfish and a 3-year-old baby. I can't be doing that whole crap. I gotta take my time and go smooth with it. Now this right here, stiff leg deadlifts into a sumo dip. 5 sets, 12 to 15 reps, guys. On my leg days, you could expect volume out the ass, and we gonna push some pretty good weight. We're not gonna hurt ourselves because we grown out here. I don't need nobody coming for me in the comments. I said this before. I don't need nobody coming at me talking about they got hurt and they coming after me for a lawsuit. Listen, now, we ain't doing that. All right. But a few things with this movement here, because I know you're gonna be like, hey, isn't this a girl movement? Hey, nah, man. You gotta let that out the door. That's your ego talking. You gotta let that out the door. You gotta let that go out the door when you walk into the gym. Because let me tell you, some of these workouts, mind you, to start off, no workout is a girl workout or a guy workout. It's all universal. It's all tools to help us grow. They're all tools to help us to where we get, how we want to be, and how we want to get there. You get what I'm saying? So this movement, yeah, you may see mostly females doing this movement, but fellas, don't be scared of that. Break that stereotype. these movements that some of these women, you know, who put in work in the gym, they know what they're doing because this works. This works. You know what I mean? Key tips: slight bend in the knees, feet shoulder width apart, keep your back neutral, sink your hips down. This is the same movement but a different angle. You know what I mean? So as you're doing this movement, what you want to focus on really, you know, again, you know, pushing your hips back. Hit your hips back as you go down. You know what I mean? Keep your back neutral. This part is important. Try not to keep your back rounded out. Don't try to keep too much of an arch. You want to stay as neutral as you can. Ideally, the bulk of this movement is going to the hamstrings. That's where you want to feel it. I do the drop set really because that's how I can get the most out of this movement. You see normal, sometimes the normal way to do it is through, you know, a regular barbell, like a regular barbell that you use for like squats or bench press. But for me, I kind of like just having the option of doing a drop set because I feel a little bit better. I can push more. I'm sweating. That heart rate is elevated and I'm getting the most out of the movement. Now with a drop set, yeah, you know, you want to try to get through it as best you can, as fast as you can. Be efficient with the shit. But at the same time, you know, it's okay to take a little break, pause real quick, but also, you know, don't mess around and pause and grab your phone and then you're missing the whole point. You know what I'm saying? So you want to get through the whole superset, get through the whole drop set first. But yeah, man, with this movement, and then of course at the end at here, you know, if you want to make it a little bit harder, add a little kettlebell for a sumo dip. This will have your legs, your quads, your glutes burning, and as you can see, it's even hitting the calves. Listen, I know y'all gonna come for me in the comments. This boy got small calves. Yeah, I do, but they working. All right, one more angle right here. Another thing I want to touch on, guys, the weight. Again, don't feel, I'm at the point in my life where I don't lift heavy. I don't. I really don't. You know, it's to the point where my joints and my elbows be cracking and smacking. It's the 4th of July every single time I wake up in the morning because everything is just all over the place, popping, cracking, smacking, all that stuff. But you know, with whatever your fitness level is, however comfortable you are, you know, you could always start off with a 40, 30, 20 bar, or you could always do 60, 50, 40, however it is you want to do it. I just added this clip in here of the same movement so you guys can get an idea of the weight that I'm moving. But again, you know, it's always okay, even with a drop set, take a breather real quick, pause, don't wait around too long, but go ahead, you know, readjust yourself because drop sets are pretty tough. No matter what movement you do them with, they're pretty tough. Now, if you do a drop set with legs, you're dangerous. You a dangerous mug. You do drop sets with legs, listen, my hat goes out to you. But yeah, man, with this movement, you know, just remember, you know, don't hurt yourself. Don't try to push more than what you can. You know, push as hard as you can, but also be effective and be smart. That's the most important thing. Right here, you know, it's always hit or miss. It all depends how I'm feeling, but kettlebell swings are a little bit harder than the sumo dips. So sometimes what I'll do, I'll just add it to one of the sets, because I'll do like 4 or 5 sets, but then, you know, the first set will be the dips at the end, the second set will be the dips, you know, the third set, move on, it'll be the swings. And as you can see, the brother is seeing stars. We are sweating. I keeled over. Now this movement right here, guys, I recently added this to the repertoire. I recently added this to the routine, and let me tell you why. Again, don't worry about, especially for the fellas, if it makes you that's a female movement, I don't want to do that, I don't want to get cat, I don't want to look sus. Don't worry about that. Listen to the benefit of this movement right here. This right here, for me, I have busted up hamstrings. My hamstrings are not great. I've injured my hamstrings multiple times, and mind you, I've injured my hamstrings outside the gym. You know, because I try to be active and athletic and all that good stuff, but shit happens. You get older, shit go hurt, shit go pop. But this right here, I love this movement only because it helps stretches my hamstrings. It helps feed more blood into the hamstrings. That's what I love about this movement. Especially, you know, if you have one side that's a little more tighter than the other, this movement is definitely going to help. Key tips here, you know, use a bench for support, sink the hips back, all that good stuff. Moving right on, one of my favorites, lying leg curls, 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps. Again, with my leg day, we not going to do no 8 to 7 rep. Nah, we not doing that. We going straight high volume, moderate weight. You know what I'm saying? We chasing them gains. Pro tips here, definitely extend them hamstrings as you go down. Hold at the top, hug and hold the elbow arm rest. So you see where my hands are. Sometimes what I'll do is, instead of holding the two handles right there, I'll bear hug the pad. This way, you know, for me, it works a little bit and a little bit better, and I'm more stable. Next, we'll do seated leg curls. 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps. Now you're gonna be like, hey, hold on, hey, you just did this. Isn't this a little redundant? Nah, man. This right here, man, this right here is gonna get them hamstrings to give that little pop, okay? You gotta get these in there. Squeeze and hold at the bottom. Keep your lower back to the pad. You'll be alright. My next favorite movement for leg day, leg quad extensions. Or people just call this shit extensions. I don't know, leg extensions. 4 sets, 10 to 15 reps. Important things that you want to look at with this movement here. Really, I don't like using this variation of the leg extension machine because it has like that little anchor thing sticking up. You get what I'm talking about? Like that. I hate using this one. I only used it because someone else was using the normal one that I normally use, and I don't like bothering people. Like me, I'm weird. Like I don't go to someone and try to work with them in their sets. Like I don't do that. Like if someone comes to me and they want to jump in, it's like, okay, cool, but is that weird? I feel like that's weird. So I'm getting off topic here. But again, with this movement, what you want to pay attention to, see how with each rep I'm moving where my toes are. Ideally, what that's going to do, that's going to help add and feed more blood into the quad. And then of course at the end you want to do yourself some force reps. And for those who don't know, force reps are really just you just banging out a couple more reps, whether if it's 3, 4, 5 after your intended number that you want to hit in your head. Your form doesn't have to be the greatest, but at the same time, you know, you want to perform the force reps with good posture. You know, don't go willy-nilly and fall off the pad or fall off the seated rest or anything like that. But with force reps, you know, you want to push a little bit. You know, if you get 15 reps, force reps, you want to add another 3, 4, by all means, bang them out. But I like doing the whole rep up, move your foot in, down, rep up, move your foot out. Again, that for me, I do that because it helps create that teardrop, and it just emphasizes more and more blood into the quads. So that's why I started doing those that way. And then of course, once you do those push reps at the end, baby, listen, that's all money city right there. You getting the best blood into that muscle, and that's what it's all about. And yes, seated calf machine, we're just about done. You see how fast this went? I know you hated me by the time you get through some of these movements, but I'm telling you, get these movements in there. Seated machine, calf raise, 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps. You already know I don't have the greatest calves, even though with this angle, they look pretty good. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna hold you. With this angle, it's all about the angles, man. It's all about the angles. But yeah, with this movement, what you want to look at, as you saw, I started, you know, your traditional vertical stance. That's going to get the entire calf, the whole calf, from the side to the back, top, bottom, all that good stuff. And then as you can see, the way I'm placing my toes is a little bit different. So I'm going in, right? With how you see it on the video right now. With me going in, what that's going to do, or at least pointing my toes together to each other, by me going in, it's going to help emphasize the outer piece of your calf. Okay, let me emphasize that one more time. By me pointing my toes inward, meaning my toes are pointed to each other, I'm emphasizing the outer sweep, the outer portion of that calf. Okay, and it's the same thing when I point my toes outward. I know it's a little weird, but when I point my toes outward, I'm emphasizing the inner part of the calf. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm accomplishing. So with me, I don't have great calves. You know, that's what a lot of people tend to skip calves because they're very difficult to grow. You know what I mean? But for me, I don't like neglecting any part of the body. You know what I mean? I try to train every part of the body as hard, as effective, and as safe as possible. And trust me, by one round of just doing this, your calves are gonna be on fire. They're gonna be popping. You know what I mean? For the fellas who want to be out there this summer balling on the court, you know what I mean? When you go up there to do that layup and people see that swoosh, they see that line on that calf. Listen, man, you gonna get some eyes on you. You know what I mean? And really, it's really just to complete the body. You know what I'm saying?